everybody.
He really
Welcome
does
back.
sound like a monkey in a zoo when he's doing that, doesn't he? Like a
Wow.
gorilla.
Okay.
Sorry. Anyway, sorry, Mike. Go.
How dare you shit
go.
talk? Welcome back. It's another Wednesday. That means it's another Krasden. We're at episode 52, the Nogaak Express. What happened last week, Joey, Jojo, Josephine, Josephine?
No, Joey Jojo.
Yep. The session started out with the four fellas realizing Bagby was not at our hideout anymore, so we decided we were going to go find her.
What preceded is hackety sacks.
45 minutes, and we walked, I'm guessing, 30 feet through the sewers. And, I'll wait. And we eventually found the entrance of the thieves, your Assassin's Guild hideout, who let us in. We weren't violent, and they weren't violent. We did break some of their brooms, but they weren't too concerned. We found Bagby, who had in a cutaway, had a long conversation with the head of the Assassin's Guild, who is also the Orc King's wife. She's also a necromancer and pretty powerful mage, it appears.
And Joe's worst nightmare.
What?
And Joe's worst nightmare.
Joe doesn't like her. But anyway, the discussion that she had with Bagby was talking about kind of a wide range of stuff, but the main gist of it was that we are supposed to go catch Dumas, who with a magical BDSM collar that she gave us to put on him that will make him submit. And we... Let me think. I'm sorry, my brain just completely shut off for a second there. So we showed up and we talked to her for a little bit about like what we had to do. And he is in a town up north on the coast. I forgot the name of the town. Is it Nogaak? Open Dog, right. And she has closed the port down so that he's stuck there basically. And we're to go up there and collect it. He's, I guess, rented a house in the town. And how we're going to get there is not our problem. Or, I mean, not her problem. It's ours. The Destiny is in Krasden, so we can't take the boat up there.
You guys don't have the Destiny a lot.
What's that?
You don't have the Destiny a lot.
Well, it's a boat. I mean, it's not like we can put it in our pocket and take it with us. Man.
Most recently, right, we don't have it right now, but we've had it in the past. We've had it quite a lot. So there's that.
So what we decided was we would try to take the Goblin trains down in the Underdark to up north, because Bagby believes that there are some up there that go up there. And we got one of the assassins, Housebreaker, to take. Housebreaker is a Kenku, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Yeah. To take us down into the Underdark, where we would board the trains. And on the way, we went through the head of the Assassin's Guild prison laboratory. I don't know exactly what to call it, but it was full of undead that were chained to the wall and did not look like they were happy to be there. And there was a bunch of her workers hucking humanoid corpses over the side of this enormous pit going into the Underdark. So we kept moving, and we went down to the Crutches, which is basically these big-ass supports for Adinagard, the capital city. And there we ran into a goblin camp where Bagby, with the help of her summer brother Coinda, secured us a train ride north, basically, and maps so that we know where we're going. Good?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was.
Honestly, when I stopped there, my brain just went completely blank, and I was like, "Oh God, what happened after this?"
I have flushed all knowledge instantaneously. What's my name? So that puts you on the train. Bagby.
Uh-huh.
You gonna take a swing at operating this bad boy?
I mean, I feel like it's between me and Crucible. He's a machine, so
Oh, racism.
Mike, before we left, I would have either asked the Goblin or asked Bagby or Crucible or someone to ask for me.
Uh-huh.
How long does he expect it to take to get up there?
You would have been informed that the trip itself should take no more than a day. It would take less, but they've had to move the tunnels a bit.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to try to get some sleep on this train ride. Because I don't think I'm going to be doing much otherwise. So I'd be wherever the group is planning on being, I'd just set up my sleeping bag there.
Okay. Bagby.
yes.
Do you remember what I had you roll to drive the train before? Because I can't remember. It was just like intelligence, right?
I believe so, yes.
Well, what are you supposed to roll to use magical item? Isn't that Arcana?
Not to use them, you just attune to things to use them.
Right.
But to like understand them, it's Arcana.
Why don't you go ahead and roll Arcana then?
Okay. That's better than my intelligence.
It's 2 things.
That is 21.
21. All right. Yeah. You understand how to make it go in the right direction. You can, with Duncan's help, appropriately read the track changes you need to make. And this, you also know from that map that this particular rail only goes in this direction, only goes north. So you're not going to ram headlong into another train trying to head back south.
Oh, good.
You set off. It is a bit of a... It's a bit of an unnerving situation. These tunnels are not lit, almost at all, in places. The interior of the train is giving it a lot of credit, but the interior of the cabin of the vessel, padded seats, a couple of electric lights, and due to the fact that there are lights inside, diminishes the seeing through the glass even more. There's just a lot of blackness running by you most of the time. You're unsure of how fast you're going because there's no way to tell. It seems to mostly operate on its own, except for the track changes you need to pay attention to. So, Duncan, I'd like you to roll survival. You're also muted.
I've got to use a bit of luck there. Try that again.
There's no earthly way of knowing which direction we are going.
Didn't work out very well.
You're having trouble reading it.
Shite. Well then. think I don't. Wait.
I shouldn't just roll to kill you?
I turned it back around the other way,
Okay,
and we're
try
going to
that.
try again.
Okay, try that. How many D6s do I need for train?
It's a bit better. It's a bit better. You got a 14 that time.
Oh no! My dice!
That a speck of light is showing, so the danger must be growing. Are the fires of hell glowing? Is the grisly reaper?
Ah! Damn it!
Yes!
Okay then.
What happened? Something not
I'm
well
gonna have to
happened.
find that later. That was my good. That's for my good set.
Well, I'm going to spend 2 sorcery points and bend luck a bit as well and add this much to my total. So 17. He's not got his headphones on, so he can't even tell what we're saying.
Well, luckily I've got this patented puddle fist dice roller that I can use.
I bent while you didn't have your headphones on.
Uh-huh.
I bend luck a bit. I spend 2 sorcery points, and then I added 3 to my total, so I have 17.
Okay. All right, you're at 17. Yeah, you do a fine job.
Right, right there. Of course. Oh, right here. Go. No, I'm quite. I know. I'm certain. I'm quite certain.
Oh, we're there already? Yeah,
After-
we must be going really fast.
After about after your first turn, it's maybe another half an hour in the dark, and then it opens up into caverns. You have been able to feel that you've been steadily heading down, so you're pretty far underground at this point. The caverns underneath you are vast, and you can see lights occasionally off in the distance, though it's unsure of what their origin is. After entering the next tunnel, dark tunnel, I'd like everyone to roll perception, please. Except for Joe, who has said he's asleep.
All right, my perception always sucks anyway.
18.
Somebody gotta do
17.
it, dude.
19.
Ori sees everything.
You'd all, well, Ori for sure. Everybody feels after about 10 minutes into this tunnel, like it's starting to slow. You can hear the squealing of brakes occasionally. Ori, right before that started, you saw passing it was like a glowing red stone of sorts along the side.
Glowing red stone. What?
Yeah, embedded into the side of the tunnel. But whatever's happening, the train is coming to a stop. And Bagby, you didn't do anything differently to slow it.
We're slowing down. Wonder if it has anything to do with that glowing red stone off in the distance. Well, we're coming up right to it. Okay.
No, you passed it. You passed
We're
it.
back to it. Oh. And it's gone. Okay.
What was
And you
that?
guys should see this. There's like a whole new world down here.
After so you continue to slow down and continue to try to stop. It becomes evident to all of you except for Joe that the reason for this coming up ahead is that the tracks have a large pile of rubble on them.
Great. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, then. I'd like to look at the map to see if there's a way around that in this with the different tracks and things.
Okay.
Could roll a survival roll. Here we go. 15.
The last switchback that you guys went to, you could go back to. Hypothetically. The train generally only moves forward, so you'd have to do a little bit of sort of engineering to get it to go backward. But it is, if you could figure out how that would be done, you could head back to that switch. And that one does head, well, quite a way to the east. There is a track out that way that does start heading north again.
I'll explain that to everyone. Does anyone know how to make the train go backwards?
I don't know if the train goes backwards. I think it just goes north.
Is there even a way around? Maybe. Ah, crap. It's the only way we're going to get through here to clear the rubble.
I see it. Either we figure out how to make the train go backwards, or we've got to, move this stuff out of the way. Better wake up, Joe.
Eh.
Huh. Huh. Are we there?
No, we need you to lift some things.
Looks like we got to move some rubble off the track if we want to keep moving forward. I mean, if we could be doing that while they try to see if they can put this thing in reverse.
No, fuck that. Give me 5 more minutes.
I will punch you in the face.
I'm up.
How much of the distance have we already covered, according to the map, if I have a sense of where we are?
With your previous 15
Aye.
survival. Well, it's again, this is a little bit of twisty turny, and you're not going directly north, but you can assume that you have. Jesus, let me get the fucking map out. Sorry, apologize.
How rude can you be?
Exceedingly. Oh, come on, just fucking pull it up. You think your best guess, anyway. That what am I looking at here? When did I cut? Also, that's not monitor 2. That's monitor 3. Why is that changed? What?
Updates.
Fucking shit. Oh, I'm gonna find you, whoever does this. Okay. So, the crutches are basically below, directly below Adina Guard, right? You took off from there. Best you can tell is you're actually out by Lake Nahal somewhere.
So I definitely didn't have enough time to get a long rest.
No.
Just to confirm. Okay.
No, you've been on this less than 2 hours.
Okay. I will jump out and try to move the rubble. How light is it out here?
Not a lot. There is light on the front end of the train itself, the car. And you go ahead and roll perception real quick.
While he's doing
3.
that. I would be.
And I'm with Joe out there trying to move stuff, so.
Joe starts walking the wrong way towards the back of the train.
I just woke up. Okay.
Joe, we're this way. This way, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Oh, hold on here.
How's this train set up? Is it like a normal train where they can see out the front?
Yes, you can see out the front. You can totally see out the front. It's
Okay.
basically, I couldn't find an accurate. It's like a bullet car, the front end of a bullet train, right? But it's
Okay.
just that car. There's no like cars after the fact.
Okay. I was curious to see if I get attacked by some sort of evil beastie out here, if they're going to even notice it. So, Crucible's with me, so...
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I am there, and I got the fire going. Yeah.
Oh. Crucible, could you maybe put a light like right here?
Like, on your head?
Yeah, on my helmet.
Yeah.
Maybe like a
Yeah.
lamp.
Yeah, I can do that.
Like on the top though, so it's not like shining directly in my eyes.
Right, yeah. I can do that.
Put it inside his helmet. Ori, when you step out to light the fire, with your previous perception, you'll see a few things of interest. There's, first off, because of the little bit of light you see, and you see well in the dark, there's char marks along the wall from where the rubble is coming down. Like fire happened or maybe an explosion. And back a ways, you couldn't notice it before, but there's actually like a footpath dug out of rock.
Well, this does not bode well. Well,
And you can see a little bit of what could be light pretty far off from down that tunnel.
well, crap baskets. So I would kind of gather the Crucible and Joe, and I'd say, "Hey guys, this kind of smells like an ambush. This collapse looks like it was caused by an explosion, and there's a footpath leading up to this spot, and I can see another light in the distance."
Is the path like a separate path branching off from the train track tunnel, Mike? Or is it like running alongside the tunnel?
It's right alongside. There actually is room you could potentially walk on either side of this, right? There is space along the tunnel.
Okay, well,
So
you guys keep an eye on the tunnel, I guess. Let them know in the train. I'll work on getting the rubble cleared. We got to move to keep going.
yep, have to it.
So I will start shifting the rubble. Mike, hopefully it doesn't turn into a sentient thing and try to attack me.
Hey,
Wouldn't that be nice if it didn't do exactly that?
Hey, that was my meat and berries you just moved there.
I'm just saying we've seduced a rock golem once. We can do it again.
Hey, baby.
Death
Joe's
by
first
snoo snoo.
reaction.
Go ahead and roll athletics then, Joe. Are
25.
you just keeping an eye on that trail, Ori?
Yeah, I would be keeping watch all around us.
Okay.
I appreciate the idea of seducing the rock monster, but I just
There isn't.
don't have the same sentiment.
25, Mike.
Hate that. 25. Gotcha. Listen, you couldn't see shit, but you're doing a good job moving boulders.
Well, I got a light on my head.
You're a good boulder mover.
Oh, I am you. My perception roll. I got you. Yep.
Yeah. Ori, you can definitely see that light down the tunnel it appears to be getting brighter.
Guys, I don't mean to be like Mr. Bossy Pants or anything like that, but it is getting closer. Is there any chance you guys could go faster? Just like a skosh.
Sorry, I'm on my union mandated 5-minute break.
Any chance any of our magic users can cast any spells to make things go faster? Because I can punch a rock, but it's going to take me a while to like punch it and get it all broken up into little tiny pieces. And
Actually,
I would like flip my head that because I imagine I would be standing on top of the train looking around. I would just flip my head into the door into the train, and be like, "Hey, guys, can anything, Duncan, can you use your magic-y stuff to make the rocks go away faster? We're kind of being followed."
actually, Bagby, if you did punch the rocks and make them smaller, I could get them out of the way faster.
I will punch the rocks. I'm nothing.
Yeah,
if I'm
go
not
punch the rocks.
Duncan's just no.
punch rocks.
I don't
And
wanna do
then
that.
if they're smaller, I should be able to help. And my strength's not as. I'm not as strong as Joe there, but
Okay, go for it.
I wonder if we've tried pushing all the buttons.
oh, well, shit. $24 with a strength roll.
You're being very helpful. Bagby, what'd you roll?
What would you like me to roll?
I'd like you to roll damage.
Swooping.
Because I believe in your ability to hit the rock.
Hit the rock.
A stationary rock.
Just to do the monk
Seven.
thing.
What?
7.
7. Okay. Well, crack forms on the rock.
I'm going to keep punching it.
Okay. You need to roll a new perception, Ori.
Yeah. 24.
All right. Yeah, you're starting to see shadows form of whatever it is was carrying the light, and then the light goes out very abruptly.
Seeing this, I will go ahead and in the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
About how far away are they?
It's like 50, 60 feet. Actually, probably 100 feet. We'll go 100 feet.
100 feet. Okay. About 50 feet out, I'm going to have in this barren tunnel, suddenly the terrain is going to be infested with vines that are going to kind of reach up and make it difficult to pass through.
Okay. Bagby, roll another punchers.
Punch.
Duncan, are you going to try to push all of the buttons?
10.
10.
Tempted
Okay,
to,
you
but
break
not
that
gonna.
rock for sure.
I see. I want to see what Ori did, and I'll go up where Ori is,
Okay.
and I just wait with him.
Okay, you can roll perception as well.
They're trying to sneak up on us.
Let him come. I see you trying to entangle him. That's quite nice. I got a new thing I've been working on, so I got to wait for it to see them though.
Okay.
All right.
Are you guys at just to get the scene straight in my head? You guys are near the back of the train car,
Yeah,
then?
on top of the train at the tail end.
Okay.
Bagby has broken a rock.
I broke a rock. I go to a new one.
Okay.
I mean, I can keep rolling if you want, Mike, but I'm Pick up a rock,
I
throw
know.
it to the side. Pick
I
up a
gotcha.
rock, throw it to the side.
I gotcha. Ori, do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Duncan, you have low light vision, correct?
Low light, right?
Okay. Duncan, what's your perception?
13.
13. Okay. Yeah, you're having trouble seeing a whole lot up there. Occasionally you hear something moving. Ori, you keep seeing green eyes, like cat's eyes, sort of reflect, catch reflections.
It's a limited light from the train.
Yeah. The whatever it is, there's 4 of them, and they're trying to figure out your entangled thing, real quick. I sure as hell hope so, Bars. For the sake of us all.
We actually have enough health. We could probably survive a fireball now.
Ori, I would like you to roll nature real quick.
Okay.
Because you're getting like even with your dark vision, you're getting like silhouettes of what you're looking at, right? You're not getting a full.
Well, they can't all be first round picks.
Yeah, you're not real sure. It's real confusing. They're humanoid-esque because you keep seeing like pointing and gesturing to each other. So.
Oh, they got 2 arms, 2 legs, and their eyes are glowing. I don't like it.
Okay.
How close are you?
Back at the front, you've moved probably a third of the pile. With Bagby's karate chopping, helping.
I punch another one.
I just made you do it for the first time. Now you're just doing it.
We're getting there.
There's something back here. You better hurry up.
He's just yelling.
Yep, yes.
We should probably go help him, huh?
Keep moving the rocks.
Hey, Duncan.
Aye.
What's your AC, bud?
13.
No.
13.
No.
14. Okay. Seven damage as an arrow flies into your shoulder from in the darkness.
Before it. All right. Yeah, that's fine. How many did you say?
7.
7? Fine. Ouch! Bugger!
Okay. I'd like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Yeah. So we are in an enclosed tunnel.
Yes.
There are no ledges, no ways out of the tunnel.
No.
Okay. How wide is the tunnel?
Are we fireballing?
I didn't ask how big the room was. I said I cast fireball.
The tunnel itself, the train is about 12 feet wide, and you've got a good 10 feet on either side, so we'll call it 30, okay?
About 30 feet wide. Okay. Good to know.
21.
I will get those from you here in a second.
Yeah, in front of my face.
Okay.
Hey, Duncan, was there always an arrow in your shoulder?
No.
Pretty new, actually. Not great.
Oh, crap, baskets.
That's just a scratch. It'd be fine.
Okay. Let me turn on the camera. Boop.
Turn on the camera.
Wait, let me do the
while we
overhead.
roll initiative.
Is that not going to work? What the fuck?
Oh, it's working. I was up there for just a moment.
Oh, the
That
other
went
one that decided it's not going to fucking work.
There it is.
No, I was trying to use a different angle. It's fine. There it goes. Not Modelo. We're not staring at Modelo. There we go. God damn it. Fuck this fucking...
This episode brought to you by Modelo. Please sponsor us.
Ask your doctor if Modelo is right for you.
It kind of looks like the train is a peen hoarding a massive load.
It kind of does. It's
But,
true.
but is it an average size?
I don't know. Let's measure it from the base.
Well,
The
each
bottom
square
of
is
it,
an,
or it
each
just
square
comes
is an
right up?
inch. We just have to know where the base of the balls is.
Well, yeah, we have to measure it from the underside of the car. So someone's going to have to crawl under there.
Because right now it's just a little bit above average, it looks like.
We are not sponsored by Modelo. They wish. We asked too much. Being in that any, we asked for some, and they said no. Okay. So we all understand what we're looking at here.
A wang.
Kinda a wangus.
How
this is
how
the-
much room on the sides?
10 either side. Let me denote that real quick. So it's like that marker's gone.
Out of your own face.
Stop sniffing them so much, Mike.
I can't. I need to.
I'm addicted. What
It's
can I
the
say?
only thing that gets him through the day. It's quite sad.
Okay.
And we all questioned it when Duncan used a spell slot for Sprout Arrow, but sometimes you just do things for the theme.
Arrow. Conjure blood loss.
Yeah. Joke's on you guys. Fucking gotcha. Okay. So let me write down your initiatives real quick. I apologize. Crucible.
121 or 20. Excuse me.
121, huh? All right. Joe.
2.
Okay. Bagby.
15.
15. Okay. Uri.
Yeah, it would be a 14.
And Duncan.
1-2-1.
Fantastic. Who's going first between you two? Who has the higher
Got a
deck?
20 and I've
I
got a
actually
21.
have 20. Yeah.
Oh, 20. Okay.
Right.
Okay. All right. Let me.
Stop upstaging me.
It's no longer satisfied with only your attention.
You must have the internets as well. Thank you, Morgan.
Don't make me grab the 3-year-old. He will scream into this microphone as loud as he can. Just like I do every time
Jack,
I GM.
I don't know if you picked up on the mic, but when I picked Jack up, he went. He was not particularly happy about being picked up.
Aw.
Oh,
Aw.
Patrick's got a pig.
Chad, bring your wife in here. Phil,
Put up that
Phil.
picture of Marcus with swing.
Sad.
Well, internet, I hope you enjoy watching my dog fall asleep.
all right. First up is going to be Duncan then.
Can I see any of them?
Oh,
You can see, you can go ahead and roll perception again since it's your turn.
18.
You can see sort of some shadowy forms. You're not really getting the width and the breadth of what you're seeing, but yeah.
Fine. Then
I cast
All right.
Fireball.
Then
yes,
I'll
ice ball.
It's true.
do have ice ball, but I'm not going to use it right now because I can't see him very well. I want to see him better, but I also want to buy you some time. So I pop the cork on my water skin, and I build up the energy inside me, and I say, "Wave!" But first, I have to roll a bit of wild magic, don't I?
Yeah. Fail it. Fail it. Fail it.
I got a 12, so I did no fails to the wild magic.
Damn
Then.
it.
And now they, let's see here. I'm going to do a huge 30-foot wide, so the width of the entire tunnel, a wave 10-foot deep and 10-foot high, goes pushing down towards the shadowy figures.
Okay.
And it goes as far, and it pushes as far as the range is 120 feet, starting
Okay.
just where I can see, and just starts to push. And they've got to make a dex save of 15.
Okay. Tell me that you would not know if it was
Right.
they were successful or not. So
I'm going to, if they fail, they get, it's half damage, but of course if they didn't fail, it's full damage. So it's 4d8 damage to them.
go ahead and roll that.
That's shite, is what that is. 10. 1, 1, 1, and 7.
Oof.
That's quite poor.
Could have been 4 damage.
And if they fail, they're also knocked prone.
Okay.
We've got visitors up back here. Hurry up.
Tick.
All right. So that takes us to Crucible's turn. Crucible.
Yeah, I turn and glance at Joe and I say, "Do we dig or we help?"
Said hurry up. So I choose that to mean hurry up and help him.
And I was kind of thinking that was hurry up and dig.
Well, then you diggy hole,
I
buddy.
guess it's open to interpretation.
I think it's clear that Joe would rather murder than dig.
No. This will be a great combat. Mike, just next 5 turns, I'll just roll athletics for a turn.
Well, Crucible can do whatever he wants, and you do whatever you want. Stop micromanaging other people's turns, you
I
jerk.
never said anything that Crucible had to do, Mike. Not once did I tell Crucible you got to do anything.
Why were you winking at me when you were saying what you were gonna do?
I didn't say what I
He
was
saw
gonna
you
do.
measure that 3 inches. He's very interested now. All right.
No, I drop the boulder that I'm holding and I start heading back to where Ori and Duncan are.
How far? Full movement?
Let's see. I can move 30. How far does that take me?
It'll take you right there.
All right. Yep.
You
That's
may
where I am.
roll. You may roll perception now that you're back there.
see how much more comfortable. that is.
17.
You see the latter half of Duncan's tidal wave dissipate farther. Everything is covered in puddles now. You see a little bit of the... You don't have dark vision or anything, do you?
I do not.
Okay. You see a little bit of the vines that Ori has placed on the ground behind you, but you're not real sure what else you're looking at. 'Cause you don't see anything. Let's just say that.
All right.
You don't know what they're fighting. You do, however, probably see your friend Duncan has sprouted a arrow in his arm, though.
First of all, watching the water go, the big old wave, I'm impressed.
Is that
What are
all?
you doing up here? Why aren't you back there moving the rocks?
I just turn and look back at Joe quickly and turn back. I just thought maybe you guys needed some help back here.
All right. Next turn. We are going to... I need the three of you to roll perception that are in the back.
Aren't you one?
$26.
13. Finally managed to get a bad perception roll after doing it twice.
Crucible, you're the only one who notices something changes, really. It looks like part of the vines that are on the floor are moving in a strange way. But that's as much as you're able to tell, even with the 26.
All right.
Oh, there were vines on the floor, like underneath the train, not the ones
No, out here.
behind us.
They're out here. Yeah, so he can see them out on the ground out here,
Oh, okay.
kind of moving in a strange way. Okay. That is Bagby.
I'm gonna look down. I'm gonna look back at Joe. You need more help, and I will help him move rocks.
Okay. Roll athletics.
Eight.
Doing a great job. Ori.
All right. So, have I been able to track at least the location of one of them?
After the water wall happened, you actually don't see them. So you can assume that they got pushed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. I am going to, since Duncan is right next to me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to go ahead and cast a simple cure wounds, and then I'll just end my turn after that and wait till we see him again. So we'll cast that cure wounds. I'll yank the arrow out real quick, like they'll barely even notice that I pulled it out. I said you'll barely notice.
Got to warn me next time. Oh.
Well, I mean, if I would have warned you, you would have tensed up. You're healed for 12.
Okay. That takes us to Joe. Beautiful summer child Joe.
I'll take 2 steps to my left, or stage left. And with a bonus action, I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on... No, the other way. So I can see Duncan. I'm going to cast Shield of Faith on him with my bonus action, and then I'll go back to moving rocks.
Gotcha. You have Shield of Faith on you, Duncan.
You get a +2 bonus to your AC.
Right.
Dirty 20 for athletics.
Okay, great job. We're going to head back up to the top of this Duncan.
Ori, can you handle this?
Oh, sure. I mean, still have no idea what we're up against, but there's only 4 of them. How bad can it be?
Great. I jump back down into the train then,
Okay.
and I start looking at the buttons.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll. What I have you roll, Bagby?
To move rocks?
No, to move the train.
Arcana.
Intelligence or Arcana?
Arcana.
Roll Arcana then. 17? I'll take it.
You've seen enough people do it, and you saw Bagby do it, that you kind of understand. You understand go, right? That you know straight out.
But are there other buttons?
Of course, there's other buttons.
I don't want to press go yet. I think I might press another button to see what happens then.
With that, you would notice that there is a red light on the console. You don't understand. What languages do you speak?
I speak just common and primordial.
Yeah, okay. You don't understand any of the labeling on anything. So.
I don't, not at all. Is there a button that's on the below the go button? Is there a button under it?
No, not really. The go is like a knob you push forward. The red. There's a few switches. You saw her use a couple of them when she changed directions previously. When she picked which track. The only thing you haven't seen her specifically use was there's 2 buttons on the left-hand side, one of which is below that red light I explained.
Makes sense to me. If that red light is on, then there's a button by it. Kind of want to push that button, don't I?
Okay.
And I push that button.
All right, let's go to Crucible's turn.
I go ahead and climb up on top of the train, so I'm standing next to Ori.
Okay. You had to push the button.
And then I take a look down the tracks a ways, see if I can make more sense of the moving vines.
Okay.
27 perception.
Fantastic. There are large, sorry, Laura, earmuffs.
Snakes.
Yeah.
Snakies.
Large snakes moving through the vines.
I hate you.
And the vines seem to not affect them in the slightest.
Ori, do you happen to see what I'm seeing down there in the vines? I see a lot of snakies coming our way. Can I tell how many?
It looks like 4 moving objects under there.
Really?
Put it
We're
down on one hand, I wouldn't use my thumb. That's how many there are.
There's Monday to Friday. Monkey fighting. Snakes on this train.
so mad. So mad. Okay. Fuck this shit. Let's is it my turn yet?
Crucible, did you do anything
Um,
else? You have an action you could still use if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold turn.
Okay. Hold your action. Okay. For what? What are we holding for?
I'm holding to see what Ori does.
Okay.
Actually,
Ori.
I'm holding to see what I can do.
Ori. Actually, not true. Not Ori. So, now that you know what happens, they get to right here, and they all turn into humanoids.
Oh.
Holy crap, that's impressive.
They're all heavily armed. In fact, I'll show you the thing you see real quick. I'm gonna have to do something about that because that's gonna be too big and it's not gonna show up. Turn the map off. Boop. These bros.
Wait for it.
Nope. Don't like that.
Yeah, something told me I should have stayed back and moved rocks.
Crucible, you may roll nature. Now that
Is this because I told you a friend of mine found a snake in her house? Is this why you're doing this right now?
No, it just makes sense for what my narrative.
Hey, Bagby, you know what the best part about moving rocks is? There's no snakes
There are no snakes
about.
out the
Five?
5 on my nature roll.
Okay, yeah, the whole concept of was snake now person with snake head is just no comprende.
Neat.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, that's Bagby.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I am still punching rocks.
Okay. All right. Then we will cut to Ori.
All right. Can I see where they're Can I see them now that they've crossed over?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's shed some light on the situation here. So I pull out a moon seed, and all of a sudden a beam of silvery light comes down on whichever one is closest.
Okay.
Now, if this being happened to be a shapeshifter of any kind, they
Okay.
would be rolling at disadvantage on their saving throw.
Okay.
I think it's a dex save.
Okay.
And that. Where the fuck? Okay. Sorry, con save. So con save 15. If they make it, they take half damage.
Does not pass.
Right. Okay. And then that'll be 3d10. Radiant damage. And they would be
I
easier
don't
for
know what
people to
that is.
see
I
to an
don't-
extent.
You have to
because-
read the number for me, bud.
13.
Okay.
It's a cylinder of dim light on them now.
Okay. All right. You have lasered. That makes it Joe's turn.
Work all day moving rocks. Rocks are fun to move. This is my rock moving song that I've been working on.
Okay. The end of this round, I'll say you and Bagby have gotten halfway through this pile of rocks. Okay?
Rocks.
I am a goblin and I'm digging a hole.
So, are you done with your turn, Joe?
Sure.
Breaking the silence of this otherwise pristine fight in the middle of a cave underground, all of a sudden, like some sort of like crackling noise from underneath the train starts, and it lurches forward just a couple inches as the wheels start to turn. Everybody on top of the train, go ahead and roll a dex save.
Fun.
I didn't expect there to be a trap to this, but Duncan provided. That's a 5. That's a 5 for Maury.
And a 4 for me.
Okay, you both fall off. So that's 1d6 fall damage per 10 feet. That's 6 damage for both of you falling. Fall damage. You are now prone on the ground.
If it's not an attack, do I still have to roll concentration?
Yes.
Time you take damage.
Okay. That's just a con save, or is that?
Yeah, it's console.
It's crazy. He role-played into wild magic.
It's DC 10 or half the damage taken. So in this case, it's 10.
Okay. Okay, I fall right on my face, but I still have the moonbeam going down. It's like Family Guy 1 frame fall, but hand still up.
Morgan actually looks pissed at me.
He's right in front of the train. To be fair.
I'm just wondering how much of an athletics roll is it going to take to stop the train? You know what? I'm going to pull a Derek. How much athletics is it going to take to hit those guys with the train?
How dare you? Okay. We're back to the top. So, Duncan, hey, congratulations. The train's moving.
Oh, sheet. Press it again.
That's not how that works, buddy.
Now it's going faster.
Pressing the button.
Doesn't appear to do anything.
Get out of the way! Get out of the way!
I'm moving rocks because Duncan told me to move rocks, so that's what I'm doing.
Crucible, what's you doing, buddy?
Oh, my face is so red right now.
I'm really glad I cast Shield of Faith on you two.
So,
He's gonna run over Joe and leave Ori and Crucible behind with the Snake Man monsters. It's
knowing that
beautiful.
we're going to have 4 people whooping our ass in just a little bit.
Probably derail the train. It just gets
I'd probably
better.
stand up. Crucible is my first action.
As I'm standing up, I go ahead and do a little bit of concentration, and I target all 4 creatures and cast Bane.
Does standing cause an attack of opportunity?
Not in 5e.
Okay.
Takes half your movement to do it.
All right. What is Bane?
Are they
Describe
ranged?
Bane for the kids in the back.
Bane, basically what it does, if they fail their saving throw, until my spell ends, every time they attack, they must roll a d4 and subtract that number from their attack roll.
Ah, cool.
Also on saves too, I think.
Yes, and saving throws.
It's basically the opposite of bless.
And so the saving throw is Charisma 16.
Charisma. They're actually good at that.
Fuck.
Cause snake.
Snake people, though.
So they pass.
Shite. Well, that could have gone better.
I'm sorry. What you're doing right now is different than that, Duncan. What are you doing right now? To remind everybody.
I'm pushing that button more times. Stop.
For people that understand the Bane spell, is that every time they attack, they have to roll that as long as I'm concentrating on the spell?
If they pass that initial save, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Because it says whenever a target that fails.
Well, let
the
me roll
save-
it individually. Let me roll it individually, not as a group. Okay, that guy. Okay, so this guy failed it. That's it.
Which guy?
This guy.
Okay, that guy. I see him. Yeah. So whenever they do something, yeah, and then you'll have to roll concentration saves if they hit you for damage.
Hi.
Oh, it's Lincoln time.
Pause for baby.
Lincoln time. It's Lincoln time.
We're gonna take a quick baby break,
Everybody's
folks.
Lincoln time. Hey, Lincoln.
Say hi.
What is you doing then? How are you? Are you just hanging out?
You want to sing the
Are
happy
you doing
birthday
anything
song like you were
productive with
singing
your
earlier?
time?
Have you got your degree yet?
Oh.
Your brother graduated in 3.5 years. That's all I'm saying.
What's she doing then?
Okay. Give you lovin's.
We need to get just a tiny headset for him.
Yeah,
Could put it on there.
I love you.
Bluetooth,
Yeah, tiny,
Bluetooth,
like-
so we can lose it right away.
Ooh, there you are. Right, exactly.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye, Lincoln.
Good night. Love you. I got a back of the hand wave. Okay. It is
Crucible just went.
Crucible just went, so it is their turn.
Whichever one is under the moonbeam is going to need to roll another saving throw.
No, he had to move because he fell.
So Phil's in the moonbeam.
Technically. So he passed his dex save to not get hit by you as he fell off, moving him out of the space. Do you understand what I'm saying?
So his reaction was to dodge out of the way, basically.
Yes.
Okay, so if he uses a reaction to get out of the way, he's not starting his turn there.
No,
okay.
no. I think technically you are, but I'm not going to count that. Yeah.
No need to add insult in.
Yeah, no, we're not going to make this terrible. They get advantage against prone, correct?
If if you're within 5 feet, you do.
Yeah. Okay. So Uri, you're still prone. I think that still probably misses. 12. Yeah, that misses. Okay. This guy is going to leave. And he is going to climb inside and go after Duncan. Duncan. 18 to hit. Swings a mighty scimitar at you.
That would hit me even with the shield piece.
Okay.
But I cast shield.
Okay. Do it.
But to do that, I first have to do wild magic. 6. So at that point, then the shield comes up along with what Joe helped me with, and I am protected from the blow.
Okay. Sounds good. So you basically, it just bounces off your arm as he swings in. Dick Temple, here to help you with all your insurance needs. Thank you, Bars. Orcs. Okay. And then this guy's going to try to attack Crucible. That misses. And hits. And 6 damage, Crucible. He misses with the first one. You nearly dodge out of the way, but he slices slices back and catches you. This guy is going to walk away, Crucible, so you have a attack of opportunity against him. Okay.
Is he within range to touch?
Within 5 feet.
You have to use a weapon unless you have War Master.
Do you have
or attack of
Warcaster?
opportunity.
No.
Yeah, Warcaster. Sorry.
Don't ban yourself again, Orcs. It's so hard to unban you.
Yeah, I could try swinging my Warhammer at him.
Okay, do it.
17.
That, I think, hits. Yes, it does.
1d8 plus 2 bludgeoning.
Bonk.
Get bonked.
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
4 plus 2 bludgeoning.
6. Gotcha.
Yep.
Okay. You bonk him as he runs away. And he tries to reach in through a window at you, Duncan. Just try to grab you. So that's...
So the cool thing is, Duncan,
Okay,
your
then.
shield spell that you use lasts the whole round. It's not just a one attack thing.
That's a 19 grapple. You'll roll athletics at the start of your turn to see if it actually affects you or if you get away from it. Okay?
Right.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Basically, yeah, he reached in the window behind you.
Yep, I forgot that it's in 5e it's a athletics check. It's not a
Yep.
grapple, or it's not an attack roll. You're right.
Yep. Okay. So that's they've gone. So that is Bagby.
Yes.
I can assume at this point you've noticed the skirmish of the snake humans.
I have, yes. I have indeed. Sorry, Joe. There are creepy snake people. It's time to fight things.
Joe.
And I'm going to run. I'm going to kind of slide through that little space between Joe and the train.
Okay.
And I'm going to punch the snaky person that is trying to attack my friend Duncan.
My friend.
My friend.
Your
My
best friend,
friend
Duncan.
Duncan. I'm going to punch him once. That is a 17 to hit.
That hits.
Excellent. I will. Do I want to stunning strike him? I think I want to stunning strike him. I will use a key point to stunning strike him. So Constitution saving throw.
That's an 18.
Damn it. Okay.
I'm not even using my dice anymore. These are the ones Laura left here a million years ago.
Oh, they're weighted dice.
He takes 10 points of damage.
Okay.
And
He's taking a bit of a beating this turn.
I will punch him again.
Get his ass. Go for the kidneys.
That is a dirty 20 to hit.
For the eyes, boo boo.
Stunning strike again. So another Constitution saving throw.
Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry. Natural 20.
Okay. He takes 11 damage, full damage.
Nice.
Is he still up?
Yes.
I add Fury of the Small. He takes another 7 damage.
He is still up.
Okay. And I will bonus action Flurry of Blows for a key point.
Jesus. Monks be like...
2 more attacks. 15 to hit.
She is style, she is grace, she puts these hands in your face. Thank you, orcs.
15. Does a 15
Yes,
hit?
that does hit.
Okay.
Their AC is garbage.
Take 9 damage.
Gotcha.
And the last hit is another 17 to
Hits.
hit. I'm going to
Movements are so fast, you can hardly track
one more
them.
time. Make that Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 11.
He fails. So he is stunned until the end of my next turn.
Okay, sounds good.
And he also then takes 6 points of damage.
Okay. We're gonna talk about this real quick. Let me just do the quick math. That
Gotta
Do
was
math now?
that was 43 damage in one turn.
That was a shite ton of damage.
Ow! 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 What is this? Stop it! Ow! This child is very mean.
And he's stunned.
Yep. Goblin Monk opens up shop on Facebook. Come get these hands for free. Showing that on stream. Hell yeah. That's good. That's funny. Try Jesus, not Bagby.
Jesus.
Don't
Don't
try me.
I'm a fag.
Because I'm a fire. I love that song. Okay. That was Bagby. Ori. Does Ori go brr?
Monk go. "Brrr."
Ori's gonna kind of just stand up and dust himself off with one hand, while the other hand just kind of moves the beam over to the dude who's right in my face,
Okay.
because I don't like him there. And,
What save is this again?
Con save. If he is a shapeshifter, it's at disadvantage. Needs
Okay.
to make 15.
There was a big difference. I rolled a 21 into a 3.
Okay, so he takes the full of 7 damage because
Oh my
Good.
goodness.
that's what you expect to see out of 3d10s.
Yep. Well, when you roll them. All right. Then that is Joe.
Okay.
Is the train still moving?
Yes.
I will
Slowly
also
forward.
use my movement to not leave his sphere of influence, but catch up like one square back to the train while still keeping him cat-a-corner.
It is moving quite slow. It's not taking off. So, yeah.
Well, if it has moved 5 feet, I would move 5 feet to keep up
Okay,
with
do it.
Where are the doors on this train?
There is large double doors along each side.
Okay. Can I see into the compartment if I go on the other side from Bagby?
Yes, absolutely.
Could I stab said gentleman with my spear from there?
You could break if you broke the window. Yes.
That would probably be a part of the stabbing motion.
Yes.
Yeah. We really should have left the windows down. I blame Ori for that. I'm going to go ahead and stab at him. Attack.
Stab at thee.
Oh, like you were going to be able to take your nap with the windows open. You know how fast we were going? The wind would have been whooshing through there. Wouldn't have been able to hear yourself think, much less sleep.
18 to hit.
It hits.
Okay.
So you stop your complaining, mister.
I'm gonna let you finish, but can he do his turn?
Oh, I forgot I need a dice roller up for smiting. He's going to take 9 slashing damage, first of all.
Okay.
And because I am a paladin and I smite, he's going to take another, let's do a second level spell. He's going to take another 10 damage.
Okay.
I'm going to hit him again because
Okay.
fuck him. And I'm not going to be showing up by Bagby.
I mean, I think you're going to, kind of no matter what you do, but sure.
It depends if I crit. 19 for that one. Or sorry,
Okay.
I rolled a 19, so it's a 27.
That hits.
I get to reroll that because it's 2. 12 damage plus another
Using all of his spell slots on smite. I love it.
The smite slots is what they're called. Plus another 12 damage. And
Okay.
then for my bonus action attack, I'm going to hit him again. Sorry. Attack roll of 17 again.
Hits. He beat you, Bagby.
By how much?
7 damage for the smite on that one.
7.
Approximately 6.
I'm Joseph.
Oh, that is most of my spell slots gone now, though.
Because he needed to stab. He would not lose here.
I needed to stab.
Sometimes you got a hearty need. And that need is to stab.
That was like, ha ha ha! like 3 stabs really fast.
Okay. So the train moves again. So I'm going to have to basically change how this works.
Just slide us back, Mike.
Yep,
slide
I
up.
know.
Oh, okay. You just need one of those like things that they use at the betting table for roulette.
The rocks
take
are
all the
real
chips.
close now.
Yeah. We moved some of those, right?
Sure.
You moved half of them. That's what he said.
Did a great job.
First of all, paladins don't use cure wounds, Phil. They use lay on hands if they have to cure any wounds. Okay.
Okay. That's going to be Duncan.
Right. And since Bagby
He is
beat
no
up the
yeah.
one, I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Yeah,
right?
he is no longer grappling you.
Excellent. So then I'll go ahead and first I will do. Let's just do a frostbite on the one that's still close to me
Okay.
that Joe was beating up. So I just reach out. And
you just
touch
saw
him.
Joe stab the ever living shit out of that dude. So
Right. So I do. She just needs to make a con save of 15.
That is an 18. The fuck is Cure Wounds? Joe fucking Swansong.
All right. So he passed. Right. So there you go. then.
Yes, he passed.
So then, since he passes that, with my bonus action, I press the other button, the one that's next to the red light.
Okay. That does very quickly apply the brakes. So I'd like you to roll a dex saving throw.
Right. 14.
You're able to stay upright, but this will end your turn. Okay? Back to the top. No, wait, that was already him.
That was the
Duncan,
top.
Crucible. Crucible, you're up.
To the one that's standing next to me,
Uh-huh.
I reach out to grab his arm or touch him
Do it.
and inflict wounds upon him.
Ooh.
Lay hands.
So that's actually a
Anti-healer.
melee roll. 25, pa.
Absolutely hits.
And that is 6 die 10 necrotic.
All right, casual six dice being rolled.
6 die 10. You're rolling like I do. Did you put
was
the
a max
six in the number of
60.
dice, or did you put
60.
No, I did that as a plus.
Oh, okay.
Wow, I was going to say that. That's a little better.
20.
28.
Okay.
That's only slightly below average. So, about 5 inches.
It's callback to we weren't live yet, okay? God damn it.
We've been doing callbacks to it all night. It doesn't matter if it wasn't live when it started.
That's true. All right. Anything else you'd like to do, Crucible?
No, that's my turn.
Okay. Then that'll be their turn. How does he get out of this stun thing, Bagby?
He does not. He's just stunned until the end of my next turn.
End of your next turn. Gotcha. The guy in there that just got stabbed to clean hell, he is going to attack Duncan again. That is a 14. Okay, 14 hits, and that definitely hits.
Yo, 14 doesn't hit him.
Does not hit because of Joseph's
Oh, okay,
wonderful,
cool. Yeah. And
wonderful
then
bet. Thank you.
18.
Whoops.
18, I guess. I should
I
ask.
forgot to take a spell slot off for that. Fortunately, I did have one first level left.
18. Does that hit, Duncan?
Aye.
Okay. Only 5 damage as he slashes and hits you with his sword. Then this guy is going to. He was in the beam, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so he needs to roll con save.
Con 15 at disadvantage if he is a shapeshifter.
Doesn't matter. Gets hit, takes how much?
24 this time.
Nice. That's this one. Okay. He'll leave the space and try to attack you. Miss with his sword, and then he tries to bite you. That is an 18. Is that hits?
Yes, got through.
That's going to do. It does 4 piercing damage, and you don't feel well as you take 8 poison.
12 total.
Mm-hmm.
And added the poisoned condition.
Okay. Crucible. You are going to get attacked. Miss. And I assume hit. What's your AC?
18.
That is 22. So yes, that hits. And that is for 5 damage. As you are tranged with a sword. Okay?
Boom.
Yep.
Oh, shit. Wait.
There's got to be some vibration damage to his hands.
Bagby.
Yes. So that snake man is stunned, so that means all attacks against him have advantage. So I would like to punch him in the face.
He's about to have a real bad day.
The first roll is a dirty 20. Let's try for that nat.
Yeah. It's not like you weren't hitting before. I mean,
Nope. Okay. No, I didn't get a natural 20, but I got a 25. So he will take 10 points of damage on the first hit.
okay.
Second hit. Well, the first one is a natural 18. So
He looks very rough, by the way.
let's try for that nat 20 with the advantage. I don't get it. So then he takes a 9 points of damage.
Okay. How do you want to do it?
I would like to punch him first in the gut so that he has to bend over so that his head is about where mine is.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm just going to headbutt him, cracking open his skull.
Nice. Falls backwards, just in time to find himself under one of them wheels.
And then I'm going to crack my knuckles. and I will. I don't know because I can't see in the train, so I don't know that one is in there. So I will then use my movement to run down and help Crucible and Ori.
Okay. We have Ori.
Okay. I will use my move action to move the moonbeam back over to Mr. Scaly Pants. And then I think that won't go off until his turn.
Right.
I did want to ask you guys: do you get the poisoned effect from taking poison damage, or is that something else separate you have to roll for?
I think you did. Mike say you were poisoned, or you took poison damage?
He just said I took poison damage. He didn't say I was poisoned, but I don't know how that works.
You do not become poisoned unless the DM says that you have the condition. Poison damage is different.
And generally, you would roll. I believe you would have to roll a DC save for it.
Right. That's right. I didn't do any kind of con save. We'll find out if that's what he intended when he comes back. I guess I'll throw a little fire at him.
Pew pew.
For my regular movement. Okie dokie. Oh, we're not going to know if that hits. Well, okay, we can reasonably assume that hits.
25, probably.
Aye.
Hot dog, hot diggity dog.
8 damage. So, orcs, bars, chat. How are you, Noel?
Sup, chat.
It's quite nice to see you in there. Hey, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you're having a wonderful week, because we're halfway through it then. It's quite nice.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of chat, has anybody posted the link?
I did. I posted the link to Discord earlier after Shane
Okay.
mentioned it the first time. But you know what? I'm going to post it again just for good.
Ooh, bonus. Bonus postage of the Discord.
Got 2 links in there then.
All right, what's up?
Discord.
I used my movement action to move the light, and I threw a little fire at him with my cantrip, Produce Flame. I presumably hit with a 25.
Yes.
And did 8 points of fire damage.
Okay, good job.
I was going to ask you if I was meant to roll to see if I got the poison condition or if I strictly took poison damage last turn.
I think you just took poison damage. I don't believe you were given the condition.
Okay, then we're all set. That is turn. Move to the light, through fire,
Okay.
drop bombs.
All right. Then that leaves us to Joe.
Okay. I feel like I did some pretty good work on that last guy, so I'm going to move back to the one messing with Ori. First thing I'm going to do is try to trip him.
Okay.
So I believe that's my athletics against his acrobatics or athletics, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a 22.
You succeed.
Okay. So Mike, I don't know, we don't do a ton of combat maneuvers in 5e.
Right.
But the way that it's done is as replacing part of an attack on your turn, you can do a combat maneuver basically. So that consider that first trip my first attack when I normally do 3. So now I'm going to attack him with the second one. And he's on the ground, so I got advantage, which is good because the first thing I rolled was a 1. Second one is a 21.
Okay. Hits.
That is a reroll because that's a 2. 14 damage. I'm not going to smite him because I'm running low on spell slots. And then I'm going
how do you want to do it?
Oh, he's dead?
Yep.
I guess I just knocked him over and cut his head off.
Goes his one son,
tripped him down.
Guy.
And then just guillotine.
Nice. Okay, that's Joe's turn.
Yep.
Takes us back to the top. Interesting, we're at the end of turns. Even though you hit the brakes, see, that's not how momentum works. So,
well,
as you all see,
Yet, though.
1 turn of acceleration and 1 turn of deacceleration.
as you can all hear and see the train run over the rocks that you were working on. And it does come to a stop because it was already trying to.
Crunch.
Okay, we're back at the top. Duncan.
Right. Right. I will with my water skin on cart. I say sphere, and a large bowl of water begins to form. But first, I've got to roll wild magic.
Is he about to cast fireball inside the train?
A 19.
Okay.
No. A sphere of water begins to form, and it begins to envelop the snake man that's next to me, and he has to roll a strength save of 15 or better.
15 exactly.
He is restrained. He got a Zaxxes, didn't you?
Yeah.
Shite. Well, if he's not enveloped, then he's pushed away by 1 square. He can choose which way he wishes to go.
There you go.
So he's pushed out of the square that he's in.
That it?
So he's pushed away a bit.
Yes.
Well, at that point,
It's over here.
I can still use a cantrip.
Yes, you can.
So I'll go ahead and shoot Ray of Frost at him. So let's get a plus. Crit.
Woo!
2d8 damage. Let's do well.
Thank you. I think you have to do an Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze pun.
I would, but I only got 6 damage on that with a crit.
He looks pretty haggard, but not dead. Okay.
Shite.
That'll take us to Crucible.
Still holding on to the same creature. I'm going to attempt inflict wounds yet again.
Okay, roll to hit.
16.
Hits.
And that is at a lower level, so it's only 5d10 necrotic.
Only.
Yeah. when you're rolling less than average. 26.
That's good.
It's better than average.
That's what we aim for here at Thurk Industries. Slightly better than average.
Average.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't often get there. It's what we aim for. Discord hype. All right.
Dark Industries. What the fuck else are you doing tonight?
Is there anything else you'd like to do,
Select
Crucible?
one.
Do you have any bonus actions?
That's what I'm looking for. No.
You do have spiritual weapon if you want to use that. I know
Yeah, but-
that is a bonus action.
I'm gonna save that. Come get these hands thing. That's getting saved to my personal file. Every time Corbin gets snarky in the group text.
I do have spiritual weapon.
Do what feels right. You know.
But doesn't it have to be cast in order to use it as a...
It's a bonus action to cast, I believe.
It's saying as a bonus action on your turn, you can move the weapon.
I think it's a
sounds like
bonus
it
action. It's a
cast
bonus action to
first.
cast, and then it's a bonus action to move it on your turn. Then subsequent turns.
So right now I could cast it.
Yeah,
but
and it
wouldn't
does
be a
attack
bonus
this turn
till
too.
next turn.
No, it attacks this turn too. It's a good spell.
Okay, that's not the way it reads to me, but okay.
Yeah.
All right, so yes, I create a floating spectral weapon within range.
His little hammer.
And that's just a regular roll melee to hit.
Your one. Fuck. Laura,
Because it says you make a
your
melee spell
attack roll?
attack. It's
Yeah.
a melee spell attack, so it's like a normal melee attack.
It's versus
No,
his AC, but
no,
it's
no,
still
it
a spell
uses
attack.
wisdom, not strength.
Okay,
So you see on your spells page, there's
Yeah,
a spell
I got it.
attack.
I got it. 27
That hits.
for 1d8 plus your spell casting ability modifier. So that's 8 plus 8. 11.
How do you want to do this?
I want this. So the spectral weapon is actually a huge old mace,
Uh-huh.
and I just want it to sink into his face, just buried as far as possible.
Bonk.
Nice. He looks like you made a weird, meaty snowman with a mace for a head.
Like
Okay.
poetry.
Like poetry. That is their turn. Duncan, you're still having your epic battle. Okay.
Aye.
That's a 19 to hit with his sword,
Aye.
and another 19.
Aye.
That's
Rolling quite well. He's doing
6 plus 7. That's 13 total. As you get slash.
well. Oh, hurts.
Bagby,
Yes.
you're up.
Well, I see Crucible decimated the snake man in front of me, and I look around. Do I see any other snake men?
No, but you have noticed that the train has ran into the rocks.
Yep. I'm going to go inside the train and try and help figure out why the hell it started in the first place. Oh shit, look, it's a snake man. I'm gonna put
There's like a weird amount of Genasi and Snake Man blood in here, like all over the place. A giant sphere of water. One of the windows is broken.
holy shit, Duncan. That is 24 to hit.
It hits.
8 damage.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
Haha. It's almost like a complete knee-jerk reaction. I run in the train and I see the guy and I just go poof, and I hit him right in the ear and rupture his eardrum and he bleeds out.
Da, 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 da. You have murdered the locals. Congratulations.
Side of his face just caves in a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yay, murder!
Oh,
Duncan, are you okay? You look like you're bleeding kind of a lot.
Pinky's in the chat.
It could have been better. It could have been better. I'm not going to lie to you.
I
Could
throw
have
my
been a lot
head,
better.
open the window, and I throw my head out the window. Crucible and Joe, Duncan's like really hurt in here. He's bleeding. You should probably come in here.
Was
So
he the one that
how
moved the train?
how badly is he hurt? Does he need me or Crucible?
I don't know, but I know you both can do things. I can't.
She can give.
I would walk up to the door that I broke out, and I would say, Duncan, come here. Come here.
Right.
And I'd slap him.
Oh,
And that's my lay on hands. and I say, I'm gonna go move some rocks now.
I would switch off my light and be like, "Oh yeah, sure, fine, whatever." And I kind of look over at Crucible and just kind of throw Bomb of the Summer Chord on him and myself, and we'll figure out what those numbers are here in a second.
may our
Duncan.
journey be pleasant. May our catch be plenty. And may the wind fill our sails to bring us safely home.
You don't have
In-
sails
in
or
Umberlee's
underground.
name.
So how much were you hurt, Duncan?
I was hurt a bit. Like 18.
If you had to, 18 or so is the number.
18
you put?
full damage. Right.
Okay.
If you had to put a number on it.
I
Yeah.
had to put,
Okay. I healed you 18.
lovely. I feel better. Thank you. I feel a bit better now. Whew. I mean, that didn't go so bad. I mean, it could have been worse.
I am a
Well,
human
what
and
was that
I'm
big
moving
crunching
rocks.
sound that we heard?
Well, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I know how to drive the train now.
But everybody's fine here. How are you?
It's not the same as a boat. It's quite different, actually. I thought maybe it'd be more the same, but it's not.
Bagby, you can clearly tell that he's the one who released the brakes. Because the
How about you all go help Joe finish moving the rocks, and I will drive the train.
Right.
Let's just hope we're not high centered or anything.
Well, I just rolled a nat 20 for athletics, so I guess I pick the front end of the train up and scoot the rocks out.
No.
And set it back down.
you're able to clear out the front, but you do have a new problem now. There is a couple large rocks kind of embedded in the front of the train that are dug into not only the ground but the front of the train a little bit. You can try to break them up, but this is going to be a pain in the ass and take some time.
Bagby,
What?
can you come break a few rocks?
You all have weapons?
I am not using my spear on a rock. This is for
Are there any
Flesh
cracks?
things.
Are there any cracks in the rocks? Are they?
Oh,
are
for
they
sure.
like-
There'd probably be some pretty
right.
big
Well,
cracks.
I take some water then, and I soak the rock down, and then I freeze the water in the rocks.
There you go. Widen those cracks.
Aye.
Crack open the rocks. Still need to pull them out.
Right. I just kept doing that until they start to, fall apart a bit.
I throw my light hammer that I have that I've never used out the window at them. Use this!
I assume that's like a tack hammer.
Just falls on the ground next to me. You got a bigger one?
You got a sledgehammer in one of those bags?
It is 2 pounds. It weighs 2 pounds. It is a light weapon, and it does 1d6 plus 5 damage. Well, the plus 5 is me, but it does 1d6 damage.
It's just like a normal hammer, I think, for most of us.
Yeah.
We need
least
to
it's
break
not-
the rocks. We're not digging for gems.
Yeah, at least it's not a jeweler's hammer.
She's not that small. That's a pixie.
I broke rocks with hammers in my backyard when I was growing up. You can break rocks with this.
Did you go collect the Triforce then after that?
No, I was trying to find geodes.
Oh, okay.
In your backyard in North Platte, Nebraska?
Yeah, I thought they would be in the River Rock Alley that was right next to my house. I was like 6.
Uh-huh.
I did stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I dug into... There's a construction site that Jay and I got in a bunch of trouble for digging into the side of this clay cliff for because we thought we were going to find dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, didn't we all do that?
Break into a construction site? I don't know if a whole bunch of people did.
I found the bones of a cow that was probably 50 or so years old, and I thought for sure I found a dinosaur.
Yeah, there you go.
I was so excited.
That's pretty awesome.
Yep.
All
It
right.
was just a dead cow.
You're able to clear the way. And while there's a little bit of denting on the front of the train, there's no particularly
While no one's looking, I cast mend on it.
All right, roll
Careful.
stealth. Everybody else roll perception.
Not out there, so I'm not going to roll.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not going to because I don't care about the train or what it looks like.
Find you one?
I guess nobody cares.
Well, I rolled, but I got a poor roll.
Oh, I had a 13, yeah, so I wouldn't notice it.
So you did very stealthily.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
So, anyway, right after...
Except we all noticed the dents prior to it, and then we also know Duncan's the only one who can mend things.
And he does it a lot.
Circumstantial evidence.
Ori.
As Bagby calls out to the Smited In and the Death Cleric about healing up Duncan, I send some Fey energy through Crucible indignantly, and he is healed for 12 damage. For 12 points.
Okay. It is totally cleared. The tracks are still intact. Would you like to continue your journey?
I go back to my sleeping bag and go back to sleep.
Okay.
I'm going to try to get 8 hours of rest, goddammit.
Nobody said anything about it, but there is a corpse on the train.
Oh, I was going to, while they were doing the rocks thing, I was going to push him out.
Okay. Search the body or
Yeah.
loot the body, or
Search him first, I loot that body first.
you're gonna loot that body. Okay. Roll investigation then, please.
Hey, loot that body.
Hey, loot that body. Now work out.
Well, you're just pushing that thing out. We're not going to make, like, snakeskin boots or nothing?
It's got like skin on most of it.
I believe that because you questioned what I was doing with the body is the reason I just rolled a natural one.
Way to go.
I'm sorry.
Bagby, you can re-roll your investigation.
No, it's fine. I'll take the natural one. Unless there's something on there that I need to find.
No,
And
there's nothing on there you need to find. All right, you're fine.
I
Yes.
know it's around the bodies or on the back.
I use what's left of that sphere and I just let it clean all the blood and things out of the train.
Uh-huh.
Swap it out a bit.
How careful
Sorry
are you
about
with that cleaning?
I'm very careful with that.
Okay. The brushing it across the electronic equipment.
Well, I'm just doing the floor. I'm,
Oh, okay.
just letting it do because it's puddled there.
Right.
It's gross.
Okay. Fair enough.
Can I check out the bodies towards the back of the train?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, not great. Well,
interesting looking weapon, but upon further inspection, it's nothing like tactically impressive, right? It's just interesting looking swords they have upon them. They also, two of them had longbows, and
Were the swords like an odd shape or something?
yeah, they're just odd shaped. The no real currency, if you can tell, of any kind on them, on the persons. So,
Did I find their lamp?
yes, you did. It's actually, no, actually, you wouldn't find their lamp. Sorry, you wouldn't find their lamp.
Okay. Yeah, I shrug and walk back onto the train.
Okay. All right. So you all take off. Bagby,
Mm-hmm.
roll to steer.
Arcana again.
Yes, please.
10.
You know what you're doing already, so 10 was the threshold. You start moving. Duncan, map.
Aye. Use my last bit of luck on that then. There we go.
You can figure out the rest of the way. It takes you the next almost 20 hours, probably. Do you rest? Do you take shifts? Do you stop?
I think we're going to need a bit to rest a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, Bagby's driving, so it's up to her.
Once I put on the autopilot, as long as you don't push any buttons.
Right.
How large is the train?
How what?
How large is that little train car we're in?
It's just about 10 feet wide. On the interior is about 10 feet wide, and the length is, what did I put it at? 30 feet
Okay.
ish.
All right, folks, gather around. We're gonna, those who are taking a rest, or well, you'll be fine. And I kind of like snap my fingers, and a 30-foot sphere goes around the middle of the train, so around the entire train. I just like kind of touch one of the seats, and I activate Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow. During a short or long rest, you can touch a point in space and create an invisible 30-foot sphere that gains a plus 5 bonus to stealth and perception checks while within it, and light from open flames within it can't be seen.
Okay.
So it, like, there's no light coming out of the train anymore. to
From
the
open
outside
flames,
world.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll give it to
All right.
you. Yes. You all get a long rest. We'll go ahead and count it.
Long rest. I get all my key back.
You know, that was quite refreshing. There's something about the movement of the train. It's like someone's rocking you to sleep then, and then keeping you there. It's quite nice.
Maybe half an hour out of your destination, and you would know that you're getting pretty close based on the map, Duncan. You feel the narrow tunnels and occasional caves and chasms that you pass through opens up into something wider. Around you, instead of random geographic or no random geology holding up above you, you start to see more carved pieces Bagby, you would recognize that you are getting very close to Nogaak. I would like you, Bagby, to roll history on Nogaak.
You got it. So close to a natural 20, but instead it's a 14.
14. You're 14. You know that on top of being the closest Dwarven Tig, it actually is the closest. It's not a big Tig. This is smaller. The reason it's here is there's actually a non-active volcano in the mountains that they use as a mega forge. And this is mostly one giant factory. Nogaak. It's not really a fully functioning city with, noble class and a bunch of society and culture to it. It's they ship ore here from other mines to be refined. That's what Nogaak is.
Like a mining town in the mountains of West Virginia.
Kinda. You probably haven't met anybody from there, but it's just mostly dwarves up here.
Probably don't even know it exists.
No, I was talking to Bagby still. The you approach. Let me go ahead and
I would share that history lesson with the boys as we are approaching, so
I guess
that they
that
all
didn't
know.
get put in. Hey, there's Nogaak. Look.
Ooh.
Yeah, I remember folks saying there were dwarves out here, but never met one. Well, that's before we went in that clothing store.
That kind of looks like concept art from Charlemagne's palace in Kipo.
It's concept art from Dragon Age 1, actually. There's only a few rails moving into the main station. That bigger object you're looking at is actually not far from where you stop. There's a very small dwarven, Bagby would know, utilitarian sort of town surrounding it. And then the main forge, which you're looking at. Exiting the tracks, exiting the train, you are an attendant runs up to you. Pleasure, fair traveler. What the fuck am I looking at here? As he starts to scan your collective group.
Oh, hey there,
Well,
how are you now?
I'm Duncan. These are my friends. It's Bagby over there. It's Crucible.
How do you do?
There's Joe.
In Undercommon at Bagby. Oh, you out of your goddamn mind.
No,
What?
I don't think we're out of our minds.
Oh yeah, Crucible speaks it too. You don't notice the rite of protection when you see them?
What's the fucking right of protection?
Well, that's unfortunate. You really should probably know about that.
I recognize some fucking helmies down in our chains when I see them. I have to bring in the guards. I'm sorry.
You do you?
He grabs a whistle around his neck and blows it in a rhythmic fashion a few times.
Hey, Bagby, what's he saying? Oh, crap. that
Don't
can't
be
good.
jumpy, guys. He's bringing in the guards. He doesn't know what the rite of protection is, and he doesn't know why there are helmies underground.
He keeps checking over his shoulder, staring at you from a safe distance for sure.
We're here to help. I mean, if that's any consolation.
No, don't want the Bagby accent anymore.
No, that's when she's speaking in Undercommon.
Oh, okay, fair
Right.
enough. Help. I don't need no help, thank you.
Oh, I'm sure you don't, but this area probably does. Hopefully we beat the dirty asshole who's coming here.
A handful of guards at first were kind of casually walking up and saw you guys and picked up the pace a bit. He... Goblin right of protection? He's staring at him. They don't know. More in charge looking one walks up. Oi, your business here.
We're looking for someone.
And whom might that be?
Not a dwarf, if that's what you're worried about.
Ain't much but dwarfs here.
He might not be here, but he was coming north, and the train was the fastest way to get here.
We need to get to Open Dollar.
I understood open dialogue.
We need to get there. Or he likes to talk to people, even if he doesn't know the language that they're speaking. Do any of you know Common?
I believe Foreman Stonefish does.
Yeah. I'm perfectly comfortable speaking Undercommon. My friend Crucible here is perfectly comfortable speaking Undercommon. The rest of them may need the Common, and it will take less time translating back and forth.
Hey guys, I noticed that I know the guard guy used Ikutziocho, but I appreciate that Bagby didn't call us that at this time.
Or you realize that I can literally hear what you're saying, in Common, they just can't understand it? We're working out the details. There's one of their foremans that speaks Common. I'm seeing if he'll come so that I don't have to translate for you the whole time.
Just follow me. And, hands off the weapons.
Oh, I mean, that's really swell that they...
Hey. Okay, never mind.
That's really swell that they're being so amenable and everything. I speak a bunch of other languages. Do they know other languages? Oh, sorry.
Okay, so we are going to follow them. Hands off all weapons. Hands inside the mining cart if we have to go on one. They're taking us to meet their foreman who speaks Common.
Okay.
They sort of surround the other clearly more basic guards walk behind you as he leads you down the train dock and toward the town itself. Walking through the streets, you get nothing but weird looks. Bagby, even you, a few. Walking around, you see a handful of goblins at most. Counting on one hand, seriously. And races outside of that, a couple of undercommon races, but very, very select. This is 99% dwarf.
Hey, Crucible, will you tell them about the dolls, or not dolls, tell them about the one that we're looking for? Describe him to them, just in case. I haven't met him, so I don't have a knowledge of him.
Dumas Crucible.
Yeah.
Thank you. I had a brain moment.
I had a brain.
I had a brain once.
Yeah, I provide them with the basic physical characteristics of Dumas, because quite frankly, I can't remember off the top of my head. Um,
Black dude, old, beard, white hair, bald.
yeah, that's what I tell him. That's the guy that we're looking for. And he's actually kind of, I don't know. I found him to be kind of creepy when we met him, but to a lot of people, he seems to be quite personable.
What?
Until he takes your brain and you can't think for yourself anymore, and then he inhabits it for 3 years and makes you do things you definitely wouldn't do normally.
The sergeant turns at you, Crucible, after catching everything Bradley just said. I'm trying to process that one.
It's true, though.
Human?
Yes.
We get no human. They're not allowed in. They're kept at the gate when they come.
Do you know if he even showed up at all? I mean, is there anybody that we would
I work here.
be able to check with to see if someone showed up here like that?
Foreman might know. He leads you up into the forge itself. Despite there being it being very dedicated lava flow, right? Think Roman style aqueducts. The whole city emanates with the heat. The farther you get in, it's actually rather uncomfortable.
Reminds me of the monastery.
You head in a full foundry. Massive, by the way. Machine shop. You see massive molten ore being hoisted across on pulley systems along the roof. Everybody's working. There's multiple floors of this that you can see. They take you in and up a set of stairs, and you find yourself in an office of sorts. Still out in the rest of it, but there's, a stone desk, some chairs, scroll-type paperwork. The sergeant asks you to wait there, walks across the room, whispers in the ear. The person behind the desk, wearing protective gear, even so much as a protective welder's helmet, but pulled up, stares at you all in bewilderment, and then shoos away the sergeant. Walks directly up to Bagby, casually nods his head at the rest of you, but... Oh, and Crucible as well. I understand you speak Undercommon. My common is broken, but I could manage. Would you prefer?
It would be helpful. Then we don't have to translate back and forth. It'll be easier for us to fill in gaps.
Hey.
I appreciate it. I know it's not as culturally appropriate to ask you to speak your second language and not your preferred language.
I understand. You can't expect the Helmies to know ours. Hello, he says in common.
Hello there.
Oh, hi there. How are you now?
I nod.
Stonefist. Boss.
Right. Duncan. Hero.
Yo.
why here?
Oh,
Anyone
this
want
was
to
the
handle that?
closest train stop to where we're going.
The open dialogue.
Uh-huh.
Right. We're
Aye.
looking for someone there.
He back in Undercommon. Are you the right? I know of you briefly.
Yes.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
He asked if we're the right. He knows of us.
Right.
Oh,
right.
okay.
Heroes,
I
Krasden. I understand. My people, dwarves, they no see blue human, white human, pointy ears ever.
It's okay. Very rarely do we see a dwarf.
Can take you surface.
Aye, yeah, right. That would be quite nice. We're just passing through mostly. We just got to. We're looking for someone trying to save the world. You know.
Yes, that would be really nice. We're just passing through. We're looking for someone and trying to save the world, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Has pilt. Cold.
Right. We'll be
Oh.
quite. It's quite cold up there.
We didn't buy winter clothes. We probably should have.
And back in Undercommon. It's up over a mile sea level up there. You'll be freezing your arses off.
Do you have a merchant down here where we could buy some clothes?
Company
Not much.
store.
Not much need for cold weather. We barely go outside. The above ground guards could have some things fashioned potentially. But it would not fit some. And I apologize, Metal Man. I don't know if you are kind of freeze or not.
No, I would be perfectly fine out there.
Do you have any fabric that stops the wind?
Sky guard, some.
Oh, okay. How far north did we go? Any other villages trade with nearby?
Goliath month, but travel. Don't stay.
No, nomads.
Nomads.
Nomad.
They're nomadic. Yes, they're nomadic.
Oh,
Also, didn't we hear some rumors about like crazy shit going down with the Goliaths up north? Like lots of violence, very scary.
Don't. Crazy. Seriously, they're losing their shit. We're trying not to talk to them right now.
Right, avoid the Goliaths. Okay.
Frostigdal. Wrong direction. Close, but north. Not south.
How far is it to Opendalig from here? About 20 miles?
20. 2 full peaks.
Ah. Well, let's take a look at what your guards have, I guess. See if I can fashion something out of it.
Hi. Follow me on up. The elevator's this way.
Did we search the train and see if the train maybe had anything? Even things we could fashion?
We didn't, but we could. Wonder how the hunting is up there. Maybe we could go, you know, get our own pelts.
What would you choose to do? I could take you anywhere.
We'll probably have better luck with what the guards can scrounge up than trying to make clothes out of seat cushions.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like some of the trains that we had in Krasden have some fancy, like sleeping cars that we could maybe find some blankets or something.
This was the one you were in was more rudimentary. It was like basic leather, hard seats and stuff like that.
Never mind. We can go with the guards.
We can always have Ori turn into a woolly mammoth.
You had to have seen it.
Or
Yeah.
a kangaroo, and I could ride in his pouch.
Well, that's something that needs to happen at some point. You know, it's really like slimy and smelly in those, apparently, right?
But warm. Cutting open that tauntaun and being inside of it.
Also, I think only the females
I
have
was gonna
pouches,
ask,
so he would
males have
change
pouches?
genders. Yeah.
Wait, that's not his pouch.
All
But
right.
it's warm. It's okay. Anyway.
Traveling to the elevator, he starts to head up. I don't go up much. We have a guard captain up here. He handles most of it.
Have any weird things come out of the ground since you've been, or just lately, coming in from the Underdark?
Now that you mention it, yes. We had a problem with passing through group of there's a militia of the labyrinth dwellers.
Were they minotaurs?
Some. There were many different species. Some of the eight-leggers. I hate thinking of them. Ugh.
Ugh. Ugh. Bleh.
They paid us no mind. Simply passed to the south. Did completely ransack a couple of mushroom farmers, though. Poor families.
They had some trouble with the things coming up from the Underdark too, like minotaurs and spiders, big ones. They passed through, didn't really do anything to them, but headed south.
When I saw you, Warforged, I assume you were part of the ilk chasing them.
There's a group of people chasing him.
Aye. Small platoon, all like you.
All Warforged.
Hey. Nothing more than a scouting party, but stopped in, spent the evening with us. Went on.
Were they, you know where they were coming from? Who they were organized with?
I spoke to them but briefly. I had, well, it was date night. I had to get back to the missus. But they had come from the North Deeps. The Great Forgotten Highway, actually. They had passed through for the past... That's how they got through the mountains. They were to the north and they heard stories of a gore coming through. They chased them. They are the Deep Protectors. It is their job.
It's interesting.
Have you run into these things south?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we've encountered several of them.
I'm sorry for your inconvenience.
No.
I had assumed that they were heading towards Drow territory and they'd be dealt with swiftly.
It's more organized than that. almost the beginnings of an uprising.
I've heard the rumors. We have not run into the trouble your city has. But we didn't hit a lot of it the first time either. I'm sorry. I was the wee lad of 52 at the time.
Just be wary. Between them and the war orc king kind of rampaging across the land.
Oh god, is that rumor true? I've heard from some of the traders coming up. Ugh.
It is indeed true.
Oh, I am sorry for your Helmy problems, but I do not believe they will be ours. Good
I
luck.
think it's going to be everybody's problem.
They know the orc king and his queen and his armies know about us and our civilizations down here. Nobody's safe.
I have not been informed. Really?
The queen at least knows about Krasden, which leads me to believe she likely knows about here too.
I've gotten so little.
She's scarier than the king.
I've gotten so little communication from Krasden. I assumed all was well. I'm sorry.
Who do you normally hear from?
The Nitma.
Fuck. Well, that's my grandma. And I guess I'm kind of taking over for her. She's sort of missing. So that's probably why you haven't heard.
I'm glad to have run across you.
I will add your name to my list of regular contacts. And I'll make sure you receive more updated reports in a timely manner.
Well, my first name is Bobbin, if you need to send.
Bobin.
I believe we will double the guard moving forward. You should know I'll talk to the other foremen and see if we feel necessary to shut the gate down once you leave. Truly shut it down. Sorry if it seems cowardice, but I have no interest in a surface war.
Nor should you at this point.
We do not have we have workers, not an army, not here. You arrive at the top of the elevator. You've been traveling for a long time.
Throughout that conversation, I translate back to the other three. With the exception of what he said about the Warforged, I would let Crucible decide if he wants to translate that back or not. That is up to Crucible. That's his thing.
Yeah, there's no reason I would not share that information with the rest of the group.
He takes you up there. It's pretty casual. It opens basically a grand hall, right? And there are probably 24 soldier-looking dwarves, but very few of them are armed, and almost none of them are wearing armor. He walks up. It's like a damn boys club up here every time. Foreman on deck! They all pop up. An older looking gentleman starts walking towards you. Foreman Stonefist, can I do for you? And these people, throw them out in the snow? No. This is Master Bagby from Krasden. This is the right of protection that we have been briefed on. Oh, I see. He exchanges, says he needs help finding cold weather gear. They have very little. They basically do inner lining for their armor because they never go outside for more than a little bit.
So, plate armor generally has underlining in it. That's a part of it. So I'm not particularly worried about that. What I am worried about is making sure that no metal touches my skin, because that would freeze to my skin pretty quickly.
Yep.
So I'm going to spend probably a fair bit of time making sure that I have secured pieces of cloth that it'll like wrapped around. Like I assume my wrists would be a spot, stuff like that. Just around so that when the plate is on, it's wrapped around something.
Around your neck and face and stuff like that.
Yeah, and then the last thing I would do is if I can find a big roll of the fabric, this was more iffy, but if I can find a big roll of it, I would see if I could sew some stuff together really quick to just make a makeshift cloak.
Sure, you can take some time to do that. Go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, what else would it be?
I was thinking survival.
Sure,
so
survival. Roll survival. That's fine.
Okay. 21.
Okay.
I mean, Joe's a bachelor in medieval times. He's definitely sewn some of his own clothes.
The only tinder he's ever known is how to light his fire.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Very accumulated with grinder, though.
While he is doing that, I'd just be kind of looking at people making their preparations with the limited lining supplies. And I'd kind of turn to the foreman. And the gate guards, they would have to speak other languages too, right? If there were ones that communicated with people.
It would be like a broken common, for sure.
Broken again, okay.
So I was kind of joking about it earlier, Ori,
Hold it.
I'm just curious. I mean, if you were to turn into a sheep, could you be sheared?
I'm afraid it doesn't really work very well that way. Crucible. If I'm damaged in any way, and that includes like shaving or anything like that, at a certain point I kind of have to pop back, and I would turn into a Arctic animal, but I'm not quite strong enough to do that yet.
You could do a fox or something like that.
You could do something that,
an elk
does well in the cold
I can
weathers.
turn into something that does better, and I will certainly help you folks along out here as best I can.
I've got something to help with that too. I'm saying as I'm putting my shit together.
But I would turn to the foreman. I'm sorry to ask again. How far to Opendalig?
20 miles, two peaks. The guard captain comes. Bad snowstorm, past week.
And how far to Frostigdal?
Northern Pass. 3 mile.
Thank you.
Yes.
I might need some shoes. And she looks down, and Bagby has never worn shoes this entire time, just wraps around her feet.
Oh, crap.
The foreman looks at you. We have child training gear back downstairs. I'll go grab. I don't mean to insult.
No,
but
I mean, I'm 2 feet tall. It makes sense.
I'll be
20
right
miles
back.
in this stuff. That's asking a lot. I can turn into a draft horse. Keep Bagby's feet out of this. Keep Bagby the snow.
I actually have something for that, and I cast Find Steed, and instead of my normal warhorse that I would summon, I'm going to put this in Discord. What I am summoning.
Ooh.
I was going to
So
say
I'll have to
Bagby
pull up
probably
Discord.
shouldn't even be walking. I mean, if she's 2 foot high and we've got 2 foot snowdrifts.
I'm going to summon that big fluffer, a Caucasian mountain dog.
I will show it on screen.
They are like 200-pound giant fucking guard dogs.
I love him.
You mean my future pupper?
Yeah.
There you go.
We can.
And he actually sticks around until I unsummon him. So
Well,
We can find more appropriate
you should wrap your feet up with something,
means of
though.
travel if we take the detour to Frosted Doll.
I also need to wrap my feet, but I don't need as much protection as others might because I'm quite fine in colder weather up to a point. So how cold does it get here? I mean, are we talking regular winter? Are we talking like more than regular winter?
don't measure gates. High snow line. Never melt.
You're
Did y'all hear Ori?
you're-
Did y'all hear Ori, by the way? What he previously said? Did y'all hear Ori, what he just said?
About going back to or backtracking to the
Frosted
Goliath
Dome.
village.
Yeah.
Right.
The Frosted Doll's not a Goliath village. The
Oh.
Goliaths are nomadic.
Oh, what's the village that you were talking about then? The barbarians, basically.
It's my hometown.
It's what? We're so going there, even if it's 3 miles out of the way.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a great idea. Let's go there. Yes.
We should be able to get supplies there. I can't remember the last thing we were talking about.
Shoes for me and Duncan.
The foreman returns. Duncan, you'd be able to find dwarf shoes. I mean, they have similar to feet to medium, especially amongst the guards. But he returns with a collection of children's clothes, basically. I still think these shoes might be too big, but if you layer them, maybe.
And you're sure that the little ones don't need them? I don't want to take anything from the little ones that would need them.
Oh, no. We've been growing deep worms. We have a seamstress in town now. Happened about 2 years ago. It's been very good for us.
And I will find a pair of boots, and I will put them on, and I will probably put on some other things as well, like a jacket or pants and a coat or something.
Funny story about the seamstress. Human, actually. Only human lives in town.
Tell me more.
He's just wilder, looking for work. Came through to sell textiles. We asked her, you interested in selling more? She's got the thing for short guys.
Her name Idolin.
Idolin wouldn't do an on-stage work.
What is her name?
Barin.
Just wondering. It just is very weird for a human to be this far north and then all of a sudden show up in your little dwarven.
I believe she's from Fosterleg. There are towns here. Human. Just not here.
Just makes you wonder what she might have been running from.
Yeah. Don't ask.
Well, thank you for all of your help. Or does everyone have what they need?
I also pick through the children's clothes because I'm a slight person. Maybe I can get a little bit on me. If there's a hat, I like a hat.
Yeah,
Hats
it
are
would be
nice.
like a cloth fun hat though. It'd be, you know what I mean, like
So I don't need much.
it'd be like a cap, not something to keep you warm.
I would ask if they had any spare tinder lying around, like spare wood lying around.
Oh no, all wood is used.
I figured.
Right. So
Any worm shit? Use that as a fire starter. I'm just kidding.
All right, fair enough. So they take you to the
On the
doors.
bad days here, your exposed skin will freeze in minutes.
That actually is true. Because it's from here, we've had a whole discussion about stuff.
So going to Ori's hometown then.
Okay.
Quite exciting.
Yes.
Yes, exciting.
They lead you to the gate. Pass. Right. Is it buried? I think so. It's under snow. Sorry.
The town is under snow?
Pass.
The pass.
The pass.
To get to this town.
Down, maybe too.
Yeah, that'll happen.
All right.
We have ways that we can clear it. It will be okay.
Good luck, Master Bagby.
Thank you for all your help.
If you hear from your Grams again, send her our best.
I will, thank you.
Oh, do you guys happen to have a shovel I could have? Just in case I have to dig anyone out?
Aye. Come and bring you. The sides are fashioned in battle axe sharp style, but the front has been like flattened to make it into a shovel.
And that was how Joe Swansong became the Shovel Knight.
Hold. Clear vents. You hear them calling back. Clear vents. There's been people lining up. You want to see?
Well, yeah.
Aye.
He
I've
opens.
never been to one of these things.
He opens basically a slot in the door that's at dwarf size, so Bagby has to go up and everyone else has to go down. But after the people off to the side, you see them pulling large chains, starting to pull large chains, and then they start going on their own. Outside, you see these openings in the cliff, and then steam shoots out, and all of the water starts melting on the front step outside.
That's pretty cool.
You should hurry. It'll freeze in a few minutes, even though the heat has risen.
All right. Thank you very much, friend.
You have a lovely home.
I get on the fluffy puppy.
Or
Look, we're gonna go with Sir Woofington,
Sir Woofington is fine.
unless you have a better name, which you probably do.
That works.
All right. You head out. There's basically a large enclosed. The gate itself is in like a horseshoe shape on the inside in like a cave. So there's a cave entrance farther down. The walls, everything is ornate. The farther you get out, though, the more like rustic and like actually like rock it looks. and you can see the start of where that path is. There's one clear marker put there, but not really much out. There's not like, a guardrail or anything past that. You've got maybe 25 good feet of melted ground, and then you're on snow.
Is the snow wet and packed, or
No, dry and
dry?
hard. The winds up here, which you can feel very quickly, make it very clean, especially near where these vents. You do these vents. It keeps icing over and icing over and icing over and icing over. So you're all going to need to figure out a way real quick. Bagby, that'll be riding, animal handling.
Yeah, if you wanted to roll that, fine. But I mean, it's an intelligent being. Basically, it's not an animal. It's an intelligent being that does what I ask it to. Basically.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Never mind then.
Good.
I mean, you can still have a roll to like see if she can stay on the thing. But
Yeah, you probably
but if
would.
it drops her, he's gonna stop and wait for her to get back on. He's not gonna run away.
Yeah, let's just, you know what? Let's go ahead and just roll athletics to stay attached to the, to koala. Do your best koalaing.
Much better. 16.
Okay, 16. Yeah, great job. Everybody else, I'd like you to roll athletics to try to climb this little sort of slicked, iced path up until it turns into snow again.
I would like to go last just to make sure everybody gets up the path.
Okay.
Modified 20.
25, 20, totally work.
It's actually only a 21, but
I got a modified 20 as well.
Ori. Oh, you're like an elk or something now, aren't you?
I hadn't turned into anything yet. I was originally going to turn into something so that Bagby didn't have to be on the ground. But that got fixed.
It still helped Duncan out.
I'm gonna just kind of try and go and figure out what we need as we go.
Okay. Go ahead and roll athletics, Ori. You'll have advantage because you've done this many, many, many times.
Yeah.
There we go.
Hey.
Ori and Duncan don't seem to have much trouble. I mean, Duncan's pretty used to walking on ice. Not quite as cold around him as this, but yeah. And Ori,
it's a bit brisk.
Your instincts kick back in, and you're on stable footing.
I'll lead the way.
Okay. You go ahead and roll survival real quick, Ori.
Oh, I don't feel good about doing the survival roll right after getting a nat 20.
I'll bend a bit of luck.
It's an 11. Oh, you're bending luck for me. Okay.
Right. Roll a d4 and add to the.
Okay. You should. That's fine.
You want me to roll it for you? I can roll it for you if you
Yeah,
like.
you should have rolled it for
You get you're a little turned around going out, asking Duncan real quick which way's north. He is able to point you in the correct direction, and you're able to get moving the right way. Everybody needs to roll a con save now that you're out here.
And assuming everybody's within 10 feet of me, they get a +6 to that.
Plus 6.
It's +3. I'm sorry, +3.
I was going to say.
My con save is +6. Sorry. And I got a dirty 20 for that, Mike.
Gotcha.
18.
What are we rolling? I apologize. What we
Con save.
Unsave, you get a +3 for being near. Joe.
Bagby,
18.
18. Ori, yours is what?
21.
21.
14.
You don't need to do this, Crucible, since cold doesn't affect you.
Oh,
I mean, that's
cool.
true, right? Cold doesn't affect you.
Royal Crown.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I
Gonna
don't
seize
believe
up.
it does.
Yeah, you know what? Go ahead and roll it because you might see.
I did roll it. It was an 18.
18. Fantastic. And Joe?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You're all doing your best. You're cold. Joe and Ori, you feel like you could do this. You're feeling okay. Bagby and Crucible. Yeah, Crucible, you can feel yourself getting a little stiff in the joints as you walk out here. Bagby, you're just happy you're cuddling this furry dog because it's terrible. And Duncan, you do not feel good walking around out here, so you're going to be at disadvantage. You're going to be at disadvantage until you get warm. Okay.
Everybody doing okay back there?
Doing all right.
I should have found a coat. It's got cold.
Oh, crap. I was worried about that. I turn turn Duncan into a moose.
Duncan, are you okay with being turned into a moose?
Aye. Whoa!
You are now Mooskin.
Mooskin. Is that his persona?
Yeah. You can no longer You can no longer communicate, but the troubles of the cold aren't hitting you. You no longer have that disadvantage.
And you're huge.
Fucking huge, bro.
I don't know if you knew this, but mooses are massive. Like,
Pretty sure
bigger
it's
than you would think they are.
pretty sure it's Meese.
All right. Or you're able to lead them in the right direction. As soon as you start to cross over, you're pretty high up and you were close to the curvature of the the cave was along the western side of the mountain. So it doesn't take long before you can start to see down that northern slope. And down at the bottom, despite the winds and the cloudy days, you can see the outlines far down in a valley below of houses. While the valley is also mostly covered in snow, you can still see greenery here and there. Thank you very much for watching tonight. Have an excellent evening. Next week, everyone gets to go see Ori's hometown.
I push Oreo. Just kidding. I don't do that.
I turn into a big snowball, just like in the cartoons.
Okay, that's it for tonight. Tomorrow, we'll be back with Savage Worlds Deadlands, Blood Moon, run by Chad. Sunday, A Distant Star. Tuesday afternoons, and then Wednesday, this show next week. Thank you very much for watching. Have an excellent evening.
Woo. See you later, everybody.
Good
See you tomorrow.
Night.
No,
Coming out tomorrow.
I promise there will be no more snake people next week.
They're all dead.
Big snakes.